We're not just talking about pets here. These are canines on a mission. We're talking about some of the most powerful and intelligent dogs on the entire planet, and they were specifically engineered to be living tools for humanity. So let's dive into this remarkable collection of breeds known as the working group. If you really want to get to the heart of what makes these 32 breeds tick, it all comes down to these three words: bravery, brawn, and intelligence. They are the living, breathing embodiment of these traits, fine-tuned over centuries to do some really demanding jobs. So you might be wondering, how did all these incredibly powerful dogs end up in the same club, so to speak? Well, their story isn't just about breeding, it's also about how we classify them, and a really crucial moment that refined their whole purpose. Okay, so as you can see, the American Kennel Club made the working group official way back in 1924. But the real game changer, the moment that defined everything, came in 1983. That's when the herding group was split off, and trust me, that's a much bigger deal than it sounds. It created a fundamental dividing line. It separated the dogs that control other animals with their predatory instincts, like a border collie giving a sheep the death stare, from the dogs that serve people through sheer physical power and their protective presence. That right there is the core identity of the modern working group. So this focus on power and protection can really be broken down into four main jobs, or as I like to call them, the four pillars of their utility. This is where you see exactly what these dogs were born and bred to do.
So, what are they? We've got Arctic transport, guardianship, all-purpose farm work, and finally, big game specialists. Let's kick things off way up north with the amazing long-distance runners of the canine world.
First up, the incredible sled dogs of the Arctic. Now, these aren't just dogs who happen to like the snow. Oh no, they are elite endurance athletes, literally built from the ground up to pull heavy loads across vast, frozen landscapes. And this is so cool because it shows the specialization even within this one category. On one hand, you have the Siberian Husky. It's like a sleek machine, totally optimized for speed and efficiency over long distances. And on the other hand, you have the Alaskan Malamute. Look at that bone structure. It's so much heavier. This dog wasn't built for racing. It was built for pure, raw power, for hauling massive loads through thick snow. So alongside the famous Husky and Malamute, this group also includes some fascinating rare breeds, like the Chinook. And here's a little piece of trivia for you. The Chinook is actually the official state dog of New Hampshire. How cool is that? All right, let's move on to our second pillar, the Guardians. These are the breeds that use their incredible size and watchful instincts not to pull something, but to protect something. And again, we see that specialization. You've got livestock guardians, like the Great Pyrenees. These dogs were bred to be really independent thinkers. They live with flocks of sheep or goats and protect them, often making their own decisions without a human telling them what to do. Then you have the estate protectors, who are much more human-focused. Think of the Bull Mastiff or the super-intelligent Doberman Pinscher. They were engineered to guard property and people, working right alongside their owners. Our third pillar takes us over to the farms of Europe. This is where we find the true, indispensable, all-around workers that were, for centuries, the absolute backbone of rural life. I mean, these dogs did everything. A Bernese Mountain Dog wasn't just a friendly companion. It was a draft animal, a living tractor, pulling heavy carts full of cheese and milk to the market. And the standard Schnauzer? An expert ratter in the barn, making sure vermin stayed away from the grain. They were the original jacks of all trades. And our final pillar. This one covers the serious athletes. These dogs were bred for the intense and dangerous job of pursuing large game. We're talking about dogs developed to track and hold animals like wild boar and even pumas, a job that required an insane amount of bravery and lightning-fast reflexes. So we've seen what they do. But how in the world do they do it? Let's break down the specific physical and mental toolkit that makes a working dog so incredibly effective. It really all boils down to three things. First, their whole architecture is centered around power. We're talking massive blocky heads,
deep chests for huge lung capacity, and just unbelievably powerful jaws. Second, they have these specialized coats, and each one is like a unique piece of high-tech gear designed for extreme weather. And finally, there's the working mind, that special combination of intelligence, independence, and a deep-seated drive to do a job. This is just a perfect example of function over form. The Newfoundland wasn't bred to look big and fluffy. Its thick, oily double coat is practically waterproof. It's a natural wetsuit, and it's what allowed them to perform water rescues in the freezing North Atlantic. Their fur is literally a purpose-built tool. But, this combination of brains and brawn can be a double-edged sword. These dogs are wicked smart and learn quickly, but their size and power mean they absolutely must have proper training and tons of socialization from the time they're tiny puppies. This isn't just a suggestion, it's a fundamental responsibility of owning one. And all that power, well, it comes at a cost. We have to talk about the biological price of all that brawn, which unfortunately often means serious health challenges and shorter lifespans. Just take a look at this number, 6 to 8 years. That's the average lifespan of the wonderful Bernese Mountain Dog. When you compare that to smaller breeds that can live twice as long, it's a pretty stark and sobering reality for these gentle giants. Their large size makes them especially prone to some really severe health conditions. Bloat, for instance, is a sudden, life-threatening twisting of the stomach that hits deep-chested breeds hard. And orthopedic problems like hip and elbow dysplasia, which are these painful joint issues, are just heartbreakingly common. It's a direct and really unfortunate consequence of the very size that makes them such powerful workers. Which really leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? These dogs were so carefully engineered for jobs that, for the most part, just don't exist anymore. Sleds have been replaced by snowmobiles, carts have been replaced by cars. So, in our modern world, what is the new mission for these incredible dogs of bravery and brawn?
Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon. That way you'll never miss an update. Thanks for watching.